All right, if you live and drive in California, you already know. Owning a car is pricey. But it's not just the gas and the insurance, right? There's this other major cost that hits your wallet hard every single year: vehicle registration. It's one of the highest in the country, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why.
So let's just jump right in. Have you ever really looked at that bill from the DMV and just thought, where is all this money even going? What's the real cost to keep your car legally on the road for a year here in the Golden State? Well, get ready, because the numbers, they might just shock you.
Okay, to make this all real, we're going to use two super common vehicles as our examples. First up, the 2024 Toyota Camry. You see them everywhere, a classic, reliable sedan. And then we've got the 2024 Ford F-150, which is, America's best-selling truck. We're going to follow the money for both of these right through the whole process.
And hey, just so you know, all the info we're digging into today comes from some really fantastic original reporting by Shasta Unfiltered. They're also the sponsor for this explainer. They do a great job serving the North State with honest news and entertainment.
All right, let's get to the main event. Let's tear apart that DMV bill. See, the reason it's so expensive isn't just one single charge. Oh no. It's actually a whole bunch of different fees and taxes, all mashed together into one big, painful number. So where does all your money actually go? Well, it's a whole stack of fees. You've got your basic $76 registration fee, then there's a fee for the California Highway Patrol, or CHP. But the real kicker, the one that hits the hardest, that's the vehicle license fee, the VLF. It's basically a property tax for your car based on its value. And that's exactly why newer, fancier cars cost so much more to register. And we're not even done. There are transportation fees and even local county fees thrown on top of all that.
Okay, so let's put some real numbers to this. For our brand new 2024 Camry, what are we looking at? The first year of registration in California is going to set you back about $431. I mean, wow, that is a pretty hefty bill for a standard family car.
And what about that Ford F-150? Well, since it costs more, that vehicle license fee is even bigger. The total first-year bill skyrockets to around $569. This is where you can really see how the price of your vehicle directly cranks up what you're paying the DMV every year. So you might be wondering, is it like this everywhere? Well, take a look. This chart really tells the story. For our Camry, you can see California is way up there with another pricey state, Colorado. But then look over at a state like Georgia. They have a low, flat fee. The difference is just, it's huge, absolutely massive. And it's the exact same story for the F-150. That massive gap between California and the cheaper states is still there. So it's not just about what car you drive, it's about where you register it. And when people see a chart like this, it can lead them down a path to let's call it a tempting idea, a very risky one. Yeah, when you're staring down bills this high, it's only natural to look for a way out, right? And that brings us to this whole out-of-state registration scheme. On the surface, it seems like a really clever way to beat the system and get cheaper plates. So here's the playbook. Step 1, you hire a service to set up an LLC, that's a limited liability company, in a state with super low fees and no sales tax. Montana's a popular one. Step 2, you title your car in the name of that company. Step 3, you register it there, get Montana license plates, and then you just drive it around in California like nothing's different. But here's the thing, this isn't just about saving a few $100 a year on registration. No, the real prize here, especially for expensive cars, RVs, luxury vehicles, is dodging California's sales tax. We're not talking about saving hundreds anymore. We're talking about saving thousands of dollars when you first buy the car. Suddenly, you can see why this is so tempting. Okay, but this is where the whole thing falls apart. What seems like a brilliant financial hack is actually a legal minefield. This solution can blow up in your face and become a way bigger, way more expensive problem than the one you were trying to solve. Let me be 100% clear on this. If you're a California resident and your car is mostly here in California, this whole scheme is pretty much always illegal. It's not some clever loophole you found. The state calls it what it is: tax evasion. And the law is super specific about this. It doesn't care where your LLC is headquartered. It cares where the car is. The moment you become a resident or your car is just primarily used here, the clock starts ticking. You have exactly 20 days to register it in California. Period. That's the rule. So what happens if you get caught? Well, it's bad. I mean,
really bad, we're talking huge fines, having to pay back every cent of tax you dodged, plus interest. They can even impound your vehicle. And it gets worse. Your car insurance could be totally voided if you get in a wreck. The IRS might start looking into your little LLC. And yes, in some cases, you could even face criminal charges. The list of what can go wrong is just staggering. And don't for a second think you can just fly under the radar. The state agencies in California, they're actively and aggressively hunting for this stuff. They're using audits, they're using data from traffic stops, they've got those automatic license plate readers. They have a lot of tools to catch people who are breaking these laws. So this all brings us to the bottom line, the final verdict. When you put the potential savings on one side and this mountain of horrible penalties on the other, you really have to ask yourself one simple question. Is the risk actually worth it? You know, this quote from the Shasta Unfiltered report just nails it. The temptation is absolutely real. I get it, especially when you're talking about saving thousands of dollars. But the law couldn't be clearer. If your car is in California for more than 20 days, it's got to be registered in California. And that really just leaves us with this one final thought. Look, nobody likes paying those crazy high California fees. It's frustrating, we all feel it. But when you stack that frustration up against the potentially life-ruining consequences of getting caught trying to dodge them, you just have to ask, isn't the cost of just following the rules worth the peace of mind?